Peace, 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 family. Am I live? Okay, so we're having a little technical difficulties over here on the book. On the Instagram. Mission of the mate God has approved for you. I don't know what's been going on as of lately, but everything has been, I don't want to say everything and jinx myself, but as of lately, these technical difficulties have been out of control. Um, so yes, peace, 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 family. Sister Victoria X here. And as you know, it's time for our morning read, family. Okay. As always, we are in the book Peace, Assalamu Alaikum. We are Black Tea, Peace, Sister Destiny. Um, we are doing our morning reading, family. We are on chapter 6. And as always, if you would like to get notified, I'm talking about getting notified, and I ain't even notified my peeps that I'm here on the live. So excuse me while I do that. But if you would like to get notified when I go live, go ahead and type text Healthy Hue, all caps, no space, to 77948. Um, and you'll be able to get notified once I do go live. I'm just going to send this quick little message out because I know my peeps would want to know that I am live right now. Um, but I think I'm going to enjoy this chapter. This morning has been very fruitful. It's been very exciting. Recognize, mate, God approved. This is that back end stuff, y'all. This is that stuff that we don't see enough of. But we're starting to see enough of, so we'll say that. Okay, the text message has been sent out. So now we're on the road, okay? So, if you already did that Healthy Hue to 77948, I'm going to be releasing soon the masterclass. Yes, I like to know. I just happen to already be on here. Yes, ma'am. I sent that text message. Let me know if you got the text message, Sister Destiny. Um, and so, as you all know, I'm going to be releasing a masterclass soon, and it's going to be the masterclass that goes with my not my 7 day. I think it's like my 7-step transition guide. Praise be to Allah. So that's what the masterclass is going to be about. It's going to be, I want to say, about 2 hours. Hey, Bless King, thank you for tuning in. It's going to be about 2 hours, and it's going to be basically where you get to learn the mindset of transitioning to working from home. You get to learn some tools that will help you mentally when transitioning from home. You'll also get to know some tools, some must have tools when you're just getting started working from home. You'll also get some, I don't know. See, look, let me focus. Wa alaikum salam. And you'll also get some action steps and some systems that you need to actually have in place, and how to put those systems in place. Peace and blessings, Queen. Salute to you. Salute to you as well, sir. And so if you would like to get notified when that goes live, text Healthy Hue, all caps, no space, to 77948. I will also this week, inshallah, be releasing my accountability coaching service. I've been working with a sister. She's been finding it very beneficial, and I've also been finding it very beneficial for myself as well. Just being able to pour into people on a more of a one-on-one basis, helping facilitate right what's already in the mind and bringing it into fruition and bringing it into reality. So keep an eye out for that. And if you'd like to become get get notified when that service drops, text Healthy Hue, all caps, no spaces, 77948. Now, we have been reading the Law of Recognition for probably about a week now. So chapters 1 through 5 are currently up on my on my Instagram at Sister Victoria X. Hey, Javan, I forgot how to pronounce your name. I hope that's right. Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Divine by Nature. If you have not read chapters 1 through 5 with us, which were really good reads, they're currently up on my Instagram at Sister Victoria X. And I'm gonna be rolling out the live version on my YouTube, but I forgot to save chapter. Hey, change views, Sister Naomi. Assalamu alaikum. But I forgot to record chapter 2 and save it to my phone. So I don't know if I'm going to do reread chapter 2 so that I can record it and just have it on my YouTube. But my phone does not allow for me to record that 45-minute session, okay? Because I keep getting notifications, and for whatever reason, my phone will not stop the notifications from coming through. And I don't want all these notifications messing with the audio. So, hopefully I'll know what I'm going to do about that, and I might just do a second read of chapter 2 and not save it to my Instagram and just post it up on on Instagram. On YouTube. So we're going to go ahead and and just to let you all know how we like to do it is we're going to read through chapter 6 first. And then we're going to do the commentary on the back end because I know and understand that everybody do not want to hear your girl commentary. Okay. And I'm fine with that. Everybody don't want to hear my mouth. Okay. So that way the people that are just here for the text, they can get what they need. And then we can chill out and get some info on the back end. Put your phone on do not disturb ma'am, when I go, for some reason that don't work for me. Let me see. And then the other reason why I don't put sorry. And the other reason why I don't put my phone on do not disturb is because sometimes my team be texting me, and it's almost time for our team meeting, so I don't want to not get that update. But even when I tried to do my screen recording, putting it on do not disturb does not work. But yes, okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into the reading of chapter 6 on Facebook. If you cannot hear me, can you let me know? Because sometimes this thing will straight up mute me, and then I'll be talking and y'all be like, we can't hear you. Okay. So we're going to be reading The Law of Recognition by Mike Murdock, discovering the gifts, opportunities, and relationships that God has already placed in your life. Chapter 6, Recognition of the Mate God Has Approved for You. You are designed for connection. Eyes require a view, ears require sound, the mind requires thoughts. Aloneness creates vulnerability. God knew it, and the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone." God loves marriage. He hates divorce. Marriage is not a mere reproduction center for human babies. Marriage is sowing ground where you sow your peace. Can y'all hear me? Something just dropped on the floor. Okay. Um, Sorry about that. Marriage is not a mere reproduction center for human babies. Marriage is sowing ground where you sow your patience, love, and enthusiasm and watch it multiply in those around you who celebrate your presence. God will never give you a gift that will require his presence. Sorry. God will never give you a gift that will replace his presence. That is why a mate is not designed to produce your joy. The presence of God creates your joy. Psalms 16 and 11. Fullness implies requiring nothing in addition. Your mate is a gift from God to you. That gift is intended to 1, protect your focus, 2, reduce distractions, and 3, create a climate of protection. Focus often creates blindness. When you are looking north, you cannot see south. When you are looking north, you cannot see south. Someone else is needed for your protection. So God provides the gift of a mate. Unfortunately, some who qualify for our attention are often unqualified to receive our heart. Having been single for the last 20 years, I have had 2 decades to meditate, observe, and analyze the failures and successes of relationships. Here are some suggestions from 2 books I am writing. Think twice before marrying him, and 2, think twice before marrying her. 1, think twice if you do not possess a passionate desire to give to them. The proof of love is the desire to give. Jesus explained it, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. John 3:16. Too often marriage becomes an exchange. Exchange is the evidence of business, not love. You should desire to give time, the greatest gift God gave you. The proof of uncommon love is the investment of time. 2. Think twice if they do not possess a passionate desire to give back to you. I am not referring to expensive gifts, huge amounts of money, or clothes. A listening ear, flexibility, patience, and the willingness to be corrected are gifts. 3. Think twice if your personal achievements do not create excitement in them. When good things happen, who is the first person you desire to telephone? Pay attention to that. Celebration is a compass, a compass. Those you love to celebrate with are clues to the puzzle of your life. When uncommon love exists, uncommon celebration is normal. Uncommon love does not compete with the success of another. It tastes and savors and it enjoys the pleasure of another. 4. Think twice if they have not been captivated by what has captivated you. Several years ago, a lady excited me, yet the relationship struggled. Something simply could not seem to catch fire. She did not enjoy sitting with me when I wrote my books. She enjoyed play far she enjoyed play far more than the presence of the Holy Spirit in the secret place. A minister friend explained gently with me, Mike, she simply has not been captivated by what has captivated you. It is not enough for your mate to be captivated by you. They must be stirred by the same thing that stirs you. I often speak at women's conferences. I always emphasize that you cannot know a man by studying him. You know a man by studying his focus. 5. Think twice if you have lost your desire to impress them. I watched a wife wave goodbye to her husband one morning. She was at the front door waving, missing buttons, a torn pocket, and breakfast stains on her shirt, and her hair up in rollers. She was everything a man wants to forget. I understood easily why he was so excited about driving off to work, where someone would greet him at the door with a bright smile, pressed clothes, and perfume to impress himself. You are a walking message to those you love. Would you fly on a plane with seats broken, egg on the tie of the pilot, missing buttons and torn seats? Of course not. You would think that's visible damage. What else has not been corrected in the engine? Something is wrong when you no longer desire to present your best to your mate. I was so impressed one day when I saw a friend's wife set the table with the most expensive silverware and fine china for her husband. She explained to me, the most special person in my life is my husband. I would never save my beautiful silverware for an occasional visitor when my husband is the king of this house. 6. Think twice if they never ask quality questions concerning your greatest dreams and goals. Questions reveal desires. Questions reveal humility. 7. Think twice if they ignore worthy counsel from qualified mentors in their life. Who are their heroes? You become like those you admire. You adapt the habits of those you envy. Who is their dominant mentor? At whose feet do they sit consistently? A mentor is a prophecy of a protege. If they rebel against the counsel of their pastor, they are living undisciplined, uncovered, and unadvised. Tragedy is scheduled. 8. Think twice if they have not yet impressed their pastor. I was attracted to a lady and inquired about her to the pastor and his wife. They exchanged glances and said quietly, she has come a long way. I understand preacher talk. That simply says she is a long way from where she should really be. 9. Think twice if you do not see continuous improvement in the relationship. Improvement is revealed by the decrease of conflict. Conflict occurs through opposite goals, philosophies, or beliefs. Bonding should increase unity and bring a decrease in contention and strife. Strife is the evidence of opposite belief systems. 10. Think twice if they show little pain or remorse concerning their past mistakes and sins. Those who are truly repentant truly hurt. Repentant people are not arrogant. Repentant people do not blame others for their decisions. Memories of mistakes should produce sorrow and heartache. When regret is not expressed, the offense usually occurs again. Some people never repent for past mistakes. Why? They have not tasted the painful consequences of their rebellion. They do not possess a true fear of God. They believe they are beyond judgment. It is futile to pursue a relationship with someone who does not possess an obvious fear of God. Uncorrected conduct becomes repeated conduct. The fear of God keeps a mate faithful. Beauty will not. One lady explained to me, I will keep myself so beautiful, he will not even look at another woman. How foolish. Your beauty does not make another woman ugly. Beauty cannot guarantee faithfulness. The fear of God keeps us faithful. Some of the best articles written are in women's magazines. However, it saddens me deeply to watch some mentors of women teach the art of manipulation, intimidation, and deception to deceive the men they are pursuing. You will never respect anyone you are capable of deceiving. 11. Think twice if they enjoy the climate and atmosphere of rebels. I met a very striking lady who was a brilliant conversationalist, quite impressive, classy, elegant, knowledgeable. Something did not seem quite right, but I ignored it. One day she explained excitedly, oh, I just love working with homosexuals. They are just so enjoyable. I would rather work around homosexuals than anyone. She was unoffended by sin. Obviously, God loves every one of us regardless of our sin. However, anything that grieves the heart of God should grieve us. Anything that angers God should anger you. Anything that saddens God should sadden you. If you insist on dating someone comfortable with rebellious, stubborn, arrogant, God despising people, you will be heartbroken. An actress became a personal friend, excellent, excellent conversationalist, appeared to love God with all of her heart. Continuously, I heard, my best friend this, my best friend that. We have been best friends for a million years. Then I found out that her best friend has been living with a man for 14 years. Her best friend sneers at the law of God, belittles preachers, and thinks that holy living is a joke. Yet this was her best friend. This was her confidant. Yet she was completely comfortable in the presence of someone living in defiance of God. A godly relationship for us was impossible. 12. Think twice if the atmosphere of unbelievers excites them. I once heard the wife of a preacher say, I just love to go to the shows in Las Vegas. I enjoy Tom Jones and the atmosphere so much. He excites me. Was I shocked over their divorce later? Of course not. The atmosphere of the ungodly excited her flesh and she fed it. I love the presence of God. I crave his voice. I am ecstatic over his word. My favorite atmosphere is not a smoke filled, curse saturated, filthy joking, beer drinking crowd. My favorite atmosphere is the house of God with hands uplifted, loving, praising, and worshiping the one who created me. You have no future with someone who insists on fueling their passion in the atmosphere of the ungodly. 13. Think twice if they have an obsession to attract the attention of the opposite sex. Some women are unhappy unless every man in the room gravitates around her as the quote unquote center of attention. I have known men who cannot pass by a mirror without sitting down for a while and staring mesmerized by their perceived beauty. 14. Think twice if breaking the law is humorous and exciting to them. When I see a radar detector on the dash of a car, I recognize that I am in the presence of someone who despises restraint, sneers at the law, and wants the world to know it. 15. Think twice if they show little respect for the agenda and schedule of others. I dated a lady for a long time. One night, I waited 45 minutes in the restaurant for her. She finally showed up and explained, "Well, I met some friends that I have not seen in a long time, and I just simply forgot the time. Sorry." I replied, "I understand. I have been waiting 45 minutes. I regret that the presence of others made you forget me. I am sure God has someone else exciting for your future." It was over. Your respect for the schedule of others reveals much about you. 16. Think twice when it is obvious that you will never become their focus and assignment. They may enjoy you, laugh with you, and even like you. They may even be truly trustworthy as a confidant. But a mate is a different matter. When God brings you a mate, that person becomes your assignment. The wife of a young preacher was obviously agitated and frustrated. As we drove home from a crusade late one night, she looked at me with great exasperation and said, "I must find out what my assignment is." I replied gently, "He is there beside you. God calls him your husband. He is your assignment. You are his assignment." Sadly, I saw continued frustration. Many marriages of ministers are fragmented today. Good men and women of God are often in miserable marriages. Publicly, their life looks glamorous and exciting. Many are even famous and well known, but they despise their marriage because they have ceased to view the other as their true assignment. So praise be to Allah. That is not the end of chapter 6, but it is the end of of part 1 of chapter 6, okay? Because this thing it goes on for 40 more pieces, okay? So tomorrow we're going to come back and finish reading chapter 6, the end part, but we're going to get into a little bit of commentary right now, if that's all right with y'all, okay? If you are liking what you're hearing, please share and subscribe and like and follow my page. Tag some people in the comments because a lot of us is looking for mates, right? A lot of us find ourselves looking for mates. And if I can add this, a lot of us find ourselves looking for friendships, worthy friendships. And as I'm reading this, some of these apply to the uh friendships as well. So we want to share this out so that we all can be on the same wavelength and not only look for qualified people in our lives, but qualify ourselves to be good people in other people's lives. And so if you would like to get notified when I go live, text Healthy Hugh, all caps, no space, to 77948. Share this, please. Sister Taylor, I love you. Assalamu alaikum, sis. To share this out, and also click the link in my bio, scroll down and hit YouTube so that you can see the rest of the book. We finished Real Love by Ava Muhammad. All those videos up until chapter 15 are uploaded on my YouTube. Inshallah, I will have it uploaded completely by the end of the week so that you can just read the book out with us. And if you would like to donate, there is a link in my bio for you to donate to my Savior's Day gifts to support your sister. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the comments. So over here on Facebook, we got Sister Taylor, of course. Peace, sis. And we're gonna scroll back up because I seen y'all up in these comments and they be preaching in the comments, child. Come on. Yes, I like to know. I just happen to already be on here. Peace, salute, Javin, Sister Naomi, walaikum salam, divine by nature, walaikum salam, Sister Naomi, Royal Ramadan, Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Put your phone on do not disturb. Turn the notifications off. You can do it for certain apps as needed. Ooh, yes, ma'am. Okay, go on, drop the gems, sister student captain. Naomi, we can hear you, and I love the commentary. Makes it more personal. Peace. Yes, ma'am. Wa alaikum salam. She loves you. She loves wellness. Hey, great morning. 100%. That's powerful. That's so true. Right. I get super cute in the morning and see my husband off every morning. Sister Naomi, you sure do be looking super cute. So the other day, let me tell you something about Sister Naomi. So the other day we were preparing for the women's circle, and sometimes we be on them prep calls for like a few hours, right? So she get on the call looking like she just walked off the runway. I'm like, where is you going? Where is you going? She said, I'm just looking good for my husband. He on his way home. I said, well, praise be to Allah. Let me get your let me step my game up, sis, because you are an inspiration. Wisdom. Walaikum salam, Sister Deja. Hey, Sister Fatima. Greetings, different results. I need to get this book. Praise be to Allah. This book is good. I'm ordering today. Sister Naomi, come on, sis. Walaikum salam. Oh, yes, ma'am. Can't be hanging out with yes, ma'am. A bad apple will spoil the bunch. Look, Sister Shantae said the same exact thing. That's right. Boundaries, self-worth. This teaching will polish if you practice. Yes, sir. People who do not respect time, leave that where it's at. Yes, you ain't respect my time, then I ain't got no more time to give you. No, no, sir, no, ma'am. Absolutely. My husband and I speak life into each other and see each other's gifts and help to open them. Yes, 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 yes. And that's so crazy that you said that, Sister Naomi, because um if I can just have a moment of transparency, right? This morning, me and my husband have started to make prayer together in the morning, and we also read what the Muslim wants and needs, what the Muslim wants and what the Muslim believes every single morning. And we also, pick a book and we read out of it. And I didn't notice until this morning that because I've always tried to figure out exactly what this book is talking about, my assignment, right? And I've always tried to figure out, because I believe that the world just needs to know and experience what is in my husband's head. He feels that way, but he's not really a social media type of person. And I'm just thinking like, social media is how you get to the people. You feel me? Because we don't go out no more. So but anywho, and so I was thinking this morning that, as this book says, he is my assignment. So if there is something that I feel that he is not doing or that could be doing, then I also have to think and consider myself on how am I feeding that part of him that would produce what I believe, that would produce the action necessary to achieve what I believe is the goal, right? And so I had to check myself this morning, but it all came into fruition this morning because I've been wondering this for so long and I've been thinking about it for so long. And certain conversations that we've had, I couldn't quite understand what it was meant when I felt like, I just wasn't doing my part. But that revelation came on me this morning. I like the commentary during the reading. This one hit home. Sister Taylor, teach. Yes, ma'am. My best friend is my husband. That's husband. Yes, ma'am. Wa alaikum salam. I was on Facebook first. I sought you. I sought you up on Facebook too. Yes, I love to hear it. Spicy girl. I don't be looking a mess when he step in the door. She said I cannot be looking a mess. I'm a see it. My husband work from home, so it's a little bit different for me because I be seeing him all the time. But this book is definitely letting me know, girl, if you don't put some clothes on, peace. They like us when the sweatpants, hair tie, but girl, they like us in a little cute dress too. Hey, we'll be tuning in more. Walaikum salam. Thank you for sharing. I need this book. Where do I go to order it? I got mine from Amazon. I'm going to have to add that in my reading. My husband will wake me up for prayer because I'm not a morning person. That's love to ensue. I connect to the God. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. We have to be patient to approach our husbands differently to do what we think they should do. Sis, I'm going to be inboxing you. Me? You're going to be inboxing me. I like a good inbox. Okay, sorry. But yes, I'm loving this interaction up in the comments, and that's so true, Sister Destiny. We got to be very delicate, and sometimes our role is just to be the example. Sometimes our role is to be the example. Sometimes our role is just for them to see us struggling doing the things and overcoming the struggle, right? And that's the example for them. So yes, ma'am, I completely agree with that statement. The biggest thing that stood out to me in this first part of chapter 6, recognition of the mate that God has approved for you, is courtship, right? And being open in your eyes and in your intention to see some of these things. Because some of us, we saw some of this stuff before we got with people, but because we couldn't identify, because we didn't know what to call it, because we couldn't put label to name, we kind of accepted it and kind of, kept moving on. Right. And sometimes I was actually just talking about this with my husband, right? Sometimes we need help, but because we can't put a label on the type of help that we need, because sometimes we don't know, then that sometimes can make us feel like we're being neglected, but we can't put a label on it. So how can we say that we're feeling neglected, because after we're not able to communicate what we need because we don't know what we need? And so hopefully, inshallah, this will brighten our eyes and open our eyes to allow us to see the different characteristics that we need. Because sometimes, just like in relationships, it's not that we can't find the right person. Sometimes it's that we can't identify the parts that we need in the right person, so we're easily deceived by the wrong person. Yes, the masculine doesn't communicate like us, but ooh, do they communicate? So I'm learning to just sit still so I know what he needs. Yes, ma'am. Ooh, that sit still that sit still will make you be in prayer all day, because it's literally, I don't want to say like a landmine, but we don't know how they're thinking or how they're feeling at any given moment for the most part, because they're not expressive as we are. So we really have to watch to the signs, right? To the point where we know certain things is like, okay, I'm gonna back up off this because he get into that place. You know what I mean? That he getting kind of, whatever. So that's that emotional intelligence. That's that recognizing in our partners, heeding to our assignment, right? Hey, assalamu alaikum, Sister Shalon. And so, and then the other thing that stood out to me is God will never give you a gift that will replace his presence, right? That is why a mate is not designed to produce your joy. The presence of God creates your joy. This was something that I really struggled with. Let me see. If we do, we need to effectively communicate that. Sometimes I don't know what I need, and he leaves the door open for me to express it. Say that, Sister Night, on me. If I didn't, I recently just figured that out, right? Because for some reason, men have this like unique insight into the world that I don't know if it's over our head or we just too in tune with too many things that we are not able to see. But just the expression of the lack of clarity, they can literally put a label on it, and they can literally be able to identify what we need, right? Because recently I had a little, like, I was uncertain about a decision that I had made, right? And I just told my husband, I'm like, look, this is the decision that I made. I didn't recognize, the responsibility that came with the decision. And now I'm kind of just like stuck in limbo because I don't know what the next steps are. I'm kind of, I don't know how it will affect everything else. And he just laid it out like it was just like a little common day. Put a mayo on some bread. I was like, see, and that's how I knew. That's how I actually realized that communication is so important, because sometimes communication will bridge the gaps in our mind that we can't fill in ourselves, which makes sense because our partner is our assignment, right? Right, and opposites attract. And so what I'm lacking, he has. So if I just communicate the lack that I'm having, he'll be able to fill it in better than me trying to figure it out on my own. And that goes back to what you said, Sister Naomi, your husband being your best friend, right? That's a level of comfort that you all have, and you're able to feed and pour into each other, that giving spirit that was talked about in chapter 6. She said, he will say, do you want me to just listen, or do you want my guidance? Yep, they are problem solvers by nature. And that's so funny because sometimes, brother, just listen. That's a very valuable question, brothers. Okay, if she just asks if she just wants you to listen, or if she needs your guidance. Okay, that's very important because sometimes we just need to let some steam up off our chest and we ain't looking for a lecture. You feel me? One second, I'm kind of parched in the throat. All right. So it says, that is why a mate is not designed to produce your joy. The presence of God creates your joy. This this is something that I really struggled with in the beginning of my marriage, right? Because it was my expectation that my husband was supposed to make me happy. And he would always say, and I used to think he was just mean and rude and out of the way for saying it, but he would always say, it's not my job to make you happy. And I would just roll my eyes and I would feel so upset and I'd just be like, what you mean? Like, what you mean it's not your job to make me happy? Like, what kind of mess is that? But I didn't realize what he was saying. Like, it's not that he doesn't desire to make me happy, but he could never make me happy if I'm first not happy with myself. Walaikum salam, sis. Yes, the one on the screen, sis. So it has to start inside, right? Just like we talk about in the women's circle with the ABS tribe, right? You can never properly love someone if you don't know how to love yourself. No one can love you if you can't properly identify what love for you looks like. And that starts with loving yourself. And so I think I'm talking too much, y'all, because my throat is like, um, but it's the same concept. Like sometimes we get with people with the expectation that they're supposed to make us happy, right? That they're supposed to fill a void that only can be filled by the presence of Allah. So we have to start figuring out the things that make us happy. Just like Sister Destiny. Sister Destiny, that's my spiritual hero right there. She told me that if you like singing, girl, sing. Right? And that was one of the ways that I connect with Allah because I've been in the church for however many years and I was in every choir that was available, children, youth, and adults. So when I had stopped using my form of praise to Allah, I felt I had a void and I was trying to fill that void with my husband, but that wasn't his place to fill. I had to return back to the one who created me, the one who knows me best. And then I was able to properly identify the happiness that he was trying to increase in me. Let me see. My husband asked the same, babe, don't give me a lecture, okay? I got enough of them for the week. We don't always want guidance. No, we just want that thing up off our chest so that we could be in our excellence. I have the same water jug. Yes, ma'am. I got two of them. The other one is broke though. Well, it's not broke, but it's too long. I'd have had it. I have the same water jug. Ooh, you better teach. Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am, especially when you're married to a minister like myself, not looking for election. Sister Coletta, bless you. Bless you in your sacrifice. Okay. Married to a minister. Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your sacrifice because y'all sacrifice in ways that the average sister cannot understand. Okay, giving your husband and your family to the people and being patient with it and allowing Allah to help you to move forward in His mission. Thank you, Sister Coletta. Praise be to Allah for you and your sacrifice. Uh, True happiness comes from ourselves and flow out. Yes, ma'am. It got to start from in because, like I said, like if you speak English, there's no way for someone that speaks Spanish, right? I'm trying to make this analogy, but in my head it might not make sense. But you can only understand the language that you speak, right? If you do not love yourself, if you do not have happiness within yourself, you can never understand if someone's trying to give that to you because you ain't learned how to and you ain't haven't been able to identify it for yourself. Just like so if you have never experienced a shade in your life, right? If you just like been in the house, you never been around people and you don't know what shade looks like, someone could be shading you in your face and you think it's a compliment. But that's because you haven't found that within yourself. You've never experienced it before. So how can you identify something you've never experienced? So you got to have that love from inside first. You got to have that happiness from inside first. That way you can identify when someone isn't serving you. I know what happiness feel like. What you doing is not happiness. And you could easily identify it because you've already found it within yourself. So can't nobody trick you and make you feel like, oh, this is love, this is happiness, because hey, I love me and my happiness comes from within. Whatever you doing, that's not my kind of happiness. That's not my kind of love. We say you add to my happiness, reminding each other that all of the credit doesn't go to you. It's a yes, I love that you add to my happiness. Okay, you add into my joy. Let me see, drink. Okay, let me drink some more water. Sister Deja, thank you. She says everything we need is within ourselves and meant to be shared. Yes, yes, my resident spiritual counselor. Yes, Sister Naomi. You better sing your heart out, sis. That better be the reason why your voice is going out now. Sister Destiny, once you release me, I've been singing. Okay, I've been singing. And ever since I've been singing, my connection with Allah has been so much better because it's not just one thing. I feel connected in a different way because I'm just allowing him to that's my form of praise. You feel me? That I don't know. I don't know if y'all could identify that some of the things that bring you happiness ain't gonna feel the same when somebody else do it. And that's okay. That's okay. They ain't gotta feel it. It's about you. Yes, ma'am. Do what makes you happy. I need nature at least once a week. Nature or nurture? I don't know. I'm happier when I have it. He recognizes that and makes sure to take me out into the mountains. Oh, nature. Okay, you was right. Yes, that was correct. The natures. Okay, yes, ma'am. Woo, yes, so true, Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine, thank you for joining. Jason, Coach Jason in the building, the e-commerce king. Happy to hear that. Praise be to Allah. I love it. Praise be to Allah. Yes, yes, yes. Praise be to Allah. Look at y'all. I got 6 more minutes before this meeting starting. Ain't nobody told me whether or not the meeting is gonna go. Okay, so we gonna rock it out. Um, so your mate is a gift from God to you, right? That gift is intended to one, protect your focus, reduce your distractions, and create a climate of protection. Know that if you do not feel protected around the person, that ain't who God sent for you. Sorry, baby. Sorry. If you don't feel protected, that ain't for you. I know, and it don't matter what room I'm in. If my you it could be a golly dream green giant up in that thing. Goliath could be in that thing. Once my husband walk in, I'm cool. Cause that's how protected I feel with just his presence. Just knowing he's on his way to a location will give me peace and confidence. So if you don't feel protected in the atmosphere, you feel me, of your mate, you might want. I don't want to say the mate because that ain't my business. But if a person that you are interested in does not make you feel protected, then you might want to reconsider. I relate to that, Sister Victoria. I love to sing too, and I'm happy when I sing. Do you understand me? I be on cloud nine. Okay, when I'm upset, I sing. You feel me? I turn on the song and I start singing. Even if the song is about love and I ain't feeling love, I'm gonna be all up in that song. Girl, when I'm being real loud and real ghetto, huh? Let me bring it down. Okay, girl, when I'm with my husband, I feel untouchable, baby. Untouchable. You could try it if you want to. I know me and the babies are a-okay. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. So, look, y'all, I want y'all to share this out. I want y'all to tag some people. If you'd like to get notified when I go live, text Healthy Hue, all caps, no space, to 77948. Don't forget the master class is going to be coming, and whoever's on that list is going to get the link first. I don't know if I'm going to put a limit on the master class because I'm kind of nervous because it's going to be my first master class. So you definitely want to get on the text list. Text Healthy Hue, all caps, no space, 77948 to be a part of the master class or get notified when it's released. Also, if you'd like to get notified when I go live, text Healthy Hue, all caps, no space to 77948. And sometimes I'll be dropping a little bit of motivational in the text messages. So if you like that kind of thing, beautiful. I'm time with Beautiful time with all you. Hey, peace, Ken. Ken in the building. Coach Ken in the building. And even when he is not with me, I know he comes if anything. Yes, he will come in a minute. A quick minute, okay? Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm not even done with the commentary on the first port. So inshallah, once my husband is off work later on, because we both, share the office at his house, and he works from his house. So I can't go live in the middle of the day. But inshallah, I will be back for the second part of my commentary for part one, and then tomorrow we will get into part two of the chapter 6, recognition of the mate God has approved for you. I thank you for your time. I'm very appreciative of you all. Ready for you to teach me how to use the text message? Yes, sir. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I use a different service than Brother Ben. But his is inside of the course for sure. And I'm thankful for y'all. Thank you for rocking out with your sister. Please don't judge me because I got my little quirks. You feel me? And I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on later on tonight. Get on the text list if you try to hear the second part of the commentary. Okay. Healthy Hugh, all caps, no spaces, 77948. Peace, family.